Well, if you've ever traveled down south, you know that there's always service with a smile. But the year that I went down to the National Storytelling Festival, I drove up to the hotel that I had for the 4 days that I was there, and I noticed that the marquee that normally held the sign for the hotel had a great big tarp covering it that said, "New management under renovations." I thought, well, this can't be that bad, and I went in and checked in, and everything was fine. And for the 4 days I was at the festival, I had a great time, came back every night, went to bed, fell asleep right away, got up early, and I was out again. The room was fine, didn't matter that the hotel was under renovations. But the last night of the festival, I came back to the hotel and went in the side door as I normally did, and my key wouldn't work, the electronic credit card key that they give you. And I didn't think much of it, and I went around to the front and walked into the foyer with the 2 glass doors in front of me, and there was a sign that said, "Hotel closed, undergoing renovations." So I peered inside, and the lobby was dark. There was nobody at the counter, but I could see a light in a small office beyond. So I began to bang as loud as I could on the glass door, and finally a man came out of the office, and he started waving at me saying, "Hotel closed, hotel closed." And I lifted up my card and I said, no, I'm here. I've been here for 4 days. My luggage is in there, my airplane ticket's in there. And I'm shouting my name at him and begging him to please check the hotel register, and he finally does, and he walks over to the doors, but he doesn't open them. He says, "Slide your key through the doors." Where they met like this, there was just enough room, and for a moment I thought, this is the only proof I have that I've been at this hotel. But I had no other choice, so I slipped it through the opening, and he took it and went back to the counter, and he did some kind of magic with the key, and he came back, and still not opening the door, he slipped it back through me and pointed to the side entrance. I was too tired to argue, so I went around the side, got into my room, and when I looked around, I realized housekeeping hadn't been anywhere near my room that day. So I made the decision to pick up the phone and call the front desk, and I said, "Excuse me, but housekeeping hasn't been here today." Now, I really didn't care that the room was clean. I just wanted some towels so I could shower the next morning. But before I could get that part of my message out, he said, "I fired everybody today." And I said, "Do you mean there's no one in this hotel but me?" "No." The theme from Psycho started playing in my head. I said, "Oh, well, could I just have some towels for tomorrow?" So he told me to come out into the hall, and he would give me some. So I came out and went down the hallway, and he threw 2 white towels at me. And as he turned to go, I said, "Oh, excuse me, sir, I just have one question." Second mistake. "When I check out tomorrow, since it's under a new management, will it be the same fee as it was when I checked, in and made the reservation?" Now, I thought it was a reasonable question, but he turned to me and began this scream-filled rant that was threaded together with 4-letter verbs throughout. And so I waited till he finished, and I decided that discretion was a better part of valor, and I turned and went to my room, and I double-bolted the door. I didn't sleep very well that night. When I got up in the morning, I took a real quick shower. Again, that theme from Psycho was running through my head, and got out of the shower and started to pack. And before I left the room, I decided to look out my window. And the window looked onto the parking lot of the hotel. And there I saw a big, burly man about this wide with a black Stetson hat on, putting a shotgun into the back of his car. Now, I started to remember that he had told me the night before no one else was in the hotel. So my imagination starts running wild. I thought, I've got to get out of here. So I look around real quick to make sure I didn't leave anything. I was never going back there. I knew that. And as I step out into the hall, that same man with the Stetson hat and his pal, again with another hat on, are walking towards me. And they come up to me and they say in their best Tennessee drawl, "Good morning, ma'am," and they actually tip their hats. And I said, "Good morning. Did you stay here last night?" "Well, yes, we did. Why?" And before I knew it, the story of the night before just fell out of my mouth. And they listened, and when they were done, they said, "Ma'am, we're Tennessee State Police. We're here at a conference. Would you like us to escort you to the front desk?" And I said, "Yes, I thank you kindly, if you would." And these two big, burly men walked me up to the front desk. And I will say, from that moment on, I had service with a smile.